If you've been in the natural hair community, then you know protective styles do not necessarily mean braids, faux locks, or wigs. The true definition of a protective style is to keep the hair tucked away to reduce manipulation, protect it from the weather and other elements, and it's meant to help with growth and length retention. Tonight on Braid School, I'm going to show you how we achieved these natural twists, products we used for it, and why these products work for her hair type. We're also going to talk about the many uses she will get out of wearing this style for up to 8 weeks. This style is perfect for kids and adults, so whether you're working with a client or planning your next DIY look, this video is for you. Before we get started, let's acknowledge the correct answers from last video's pop quiz. I'm super excited because class participation is growing from week to week. If you'd like to be featured in next week's video, stay tuned to the end of today's video for this week's pop quiz. We've got a lot to cover today, so grab your notes and let's get started. My model today is starting off with a week-old wash and go. She has 4C coils, but her texture is not coarse at all. It's high density and really soft, and as you can see, she has crazy shrinkage. I can't recall the product she says she used for the wash and go, but I do remember she said it was a mousse of some sort. Either way, it's really dry, and I have to detangle all of this hair before we hit the wash bowl first. Now, this step may not always be necessary for everyone. If she came in with a braid out or a twist out, likely her hair would have already been stretched and detangled, and we wouldn't have to go through so much detangling in this situation. However, her hair is dry from a wash and go, completely shrunk up, so it's completely tangled up, especially towards those roots. So I want to make sure I get half the battle done before we hit the wash bowl. So I'm just spritzing her hair with some water just to get it damp enough to start detangling from her tips to her roots carefully, and then with each section I'm going to twist everything down so that her hair is more manageable when I get to the shampoo process. She did have quite a bit of buildup from the product in the wash and go, so I did have to shampoo her 3 times to make sure everything was out. During conditioning, I did a scalp massage. Scalp massages help stimulate hair follicles and promote growth. And for a leave-in, I'm going in with our blowout cream that we have for our salon. It is also a leave-in conditioner and heat protectant to help with the blowout process. For the drying process, I've got myself a new toy, the Conair Infinity Pro paddle dryer. However, it's not just a paddle dryer, it has removable attachments and quite a few attachments that you can use for this. It also works without the attachments. The handle is a lot smaller, so for my small hands I can grip it a whole lot better. It's a lot lighter for the wrist. And I love that the attachments are removable because as a professional, cleaning and sanitation is top priority. The paddle itself is actually smaller as well, so it makes for easier movement through the hair. And I really like this comb attachment because it has a curve to it, so it helps you really get into those roots without pulling on the hair too much. If you've ever struggled with blow drying your hair, get you a paddle dryer. Trust me, it will save you so much time, energy, and effort. I will be sure to link this one in the description box below. For parting, we're just going to do some traditional medium box parting. I have a whole bunch of parting tutorials on the channel. Just look them up. You can use whatever parting style you want. This is a medium size because she does have fairly dense hair and I want her takedown process to be as simple as possible. However, if you do want it to last longer, you can go smaller. However, you would want to be careful with going too small because you could venture into the micro lock, starter lock territory, and it can be a process getting it out once you've worn it too long. So you're probably wondering why I did a blowout first before twisting. It is optional. However, whenever you're doing mini twists like this, blowing it out, one, helps you with the parting. It's a lot easier to part the hair and see the parts. 2, it elongates the hair so that when you twist the hair, you're catching every single strand as you twist down. For the roots of the hair, I use the Braided Beauty Collection Braid Lock Glaze Gel, and you only need a little bit. It's just to tame the hair in the parts and get them nice and crispy. To twist the hair down and set it in place, I went through a couple of products first and tested on the first couple of twists just to see how her hair would behave. So I started with the Lotta Body wrapping foam because it has the most amount of water present in it, and the more water you have in a product, the more your hair will revert if you have high porosity hair. So I tried that first and her hair reverted up immediately. Like, it soaked all of that moisture up, and that's not what I wanted. I wanted kind of like an in-between result. So then I went over to, you guessed it, my pink moisturizer. Now, you can go with any product you choose, and technically you don't have to use any products at all. I would suggest using a cream-based leave-in conditioner, or if your hair can tolerate it, a setting mousse like Lotta Body, Tropical Roots, or Nairobi. However, this may take a little trial and error because every head is different. When I used to wear my hair in mini twist, I wanted my hair to stay elongated for the first week or two. So I would use whatever small amount of conditioner I had on hand and a tiny bit of Eco Styler gel. Then after a week or two of wear, I would wash my hair in the twist and let it revert to a more curlier state. In my model's case, because I know her hair is going to drink high water content products fast, if I went with the Lotta Body, she would have looked drenched by the time I got finished, and her shrinkage would have been a lot shorter as well. So even with the pink moisturizer's first ingredient being water, it also has oils in it to help balance out the moisture absorption. While the hair is drinking up the water, the oils are helping seal it in. That's why her twists look juicy and shiny. Here is a time lapse of her hair reverting. Now, her hair is not going to stay like this. The water in it will eventually either be absorbed or evaporated. She'll know because her hair will start to get dry and the curls at the ends will get dry and stiff, and they just won't have any bounce or movement anymore. To refresh, I only suggest light spritz of water. You can also add a little bit of conditioner to the water. I used to add oils to my water. You can also use a lightweight leave-in, like a spray leave-in conditioner. Essentially, this is just her hair in twists, so she can still wet it and set it. She can style it however she wants to. I wore my hair like this under wigs. I even used the existing twists and the parts and added passion twist hair and braids sometimes. I even pulled it back in ponytails and added a drawstring to it. At the end of the day, it really just makes your hair more manageable and kind of saves you some time on wash day if you're a weekly wash day kind of person. Lastly, braiding at the root is solely an option. Just know the more texture you have, the more likely it will be able to hold a twist on its own. Starting with a braid helps keep the twist controlled, the parts cleaner for longer, and you won't have to worry about it unraveling. If your hair does not curl on its own at the ends, don't worry, there is no shame in just setting it with some curlers or perm rods. For example, the front of my hair has always been a different texture than the back of my hair, so I always had to set the front with rollers to match the back. So yeah, I think we covered all of the main talking points. Let's get into this week's pop quiz. Today's pop quiz is another easy one. If you were paying attention in the video, we did a full service client today from beginning to end. We detangled, we shampooed, we conditioned, we scalp massaged, we dried her up, we styled her up, and sent her on her way. How many times did I have to shampoo my client today? Drop your correct answers in the description box below for a chance to be featured in next week's video. As always, if you learned something, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up and make sure you tell a friend. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button on your way out. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.